Camryn Rogers, 81-13 in your season opener, another PB. It's the fourth best performance ever, solidifying your status as the second best woman in world history. 81 as an opener. Have you had time 3 days now or so to think about how insane that is?
You know what's funny is when Coach Mo and I were talking about going into the meet and going into competition seasons this year, we put Texas Relays on the schedule. Just we were here and it kind of worked out. And I think we, with the meet going on, it would have been hard to train. And so we were kind of like, okay, like let's go compete and we'll just train through it and and just we'll see how this goes because we still have Oklahoma the next weekend. We have Kenya a couple weeks after that. Like let's just take it easy, go into it and just see how we're feeling. And then in the few weeks leading up to it, the throws started to go pretty well in practice and everything started to connect really well. And so he was just kind of like, what if we just actually pre-meeted for it instead? So so I feel like it definitely worked out and it's crazy. Like I did not expect to throw 81 meters, at least this early on in the season. And so I think it shows that we've done a lot of good work, especially considering like I didn't start throwing until I think like October, like mid-October this year. And I mean, let's see. To be fair, we had season go late last year and, with worlds and everything. So that kind of makes sense. But especially for me, like I came back from Japan and immediately, like I spent the last few weeks in the Bay Area and then moved. Like I moved to Texas. I took some like time off, like a good amount of time off, just to, like heal my body and make sure my mind was set going into this year. And just to really prepare for everything that came with moving halfway across the country. And different types of like events to travel to. Like it's just been kind of like a busy year. And I think knowing that we've gone through all that, like navigated it so well, and we're able to just have a really good training plan throughout that and consistency, like it shows we're on the right path and there's still many months of season to come. So it's exciting.
There's not a much better sign I could think of being on the right path than uh, getting within 2 meters of the world record, which it's still insane to think about just how far 82.98 is.
Anita killed
Um,
it. That thing is out there.
yeah. So the series, you open up 78, 78, almost 79, and then the 81 comes in round three. Can you kind of just talk through the early stages of that one? And it's the first time you've had competition, kind of adrenaline and energy this season, and just come out of the gate swinging like that.
So with the coming into the first meet, like yes, the adrenaline was there. I was very excited. And I think one thing that I'm really happy that Coach Mo and I did was like coming off an 80 at Worlds was huge. And I think that's something that we had worked towards for so long and it had felt so good. And one thing that we kind of wanted to use like as I guess not maybe not use as an approach is kind of making like looking only at like an 80 mirror, just thinking like, okay, now we have to just like we have to try to hit that every single time. Like our only focus has just been being healthy and getting more consistent and being more intentional with our training. If the intensity can go up that high and if we want to make that like result that we can achieve like time and time again. And I'm really happy with how we've applied that to throws practice, to lifting. Like I feel like my training now compared to a couple of years ago looks in some ways very similar and in some ways very, very different and all in the best of ways possible, just because you learn so much as you grow and things change over time. I just feel like we have such a healthier approach to training now than we did, not because we were intentionally trying to make it unhealthy. It's just that I think we've been able to learn what works and what doesn't work for me even more. And that's really helped to, again, like pinpoint what things to focus on while we're at throws practice, when to really back off in the gym, when to, I don't know, when to prep for meets now too, like and have it be a pretty nailed down sort of technique that we use. So that all goes hand in hand with this meet. But with these throws, I think coming out and opening up really well too. Because I was thinking to last year, I was like, okay, like I opened up in 78, like it'd be really cool to like open up at another 78 this year and show the consistency. And like that's kind of the only thought I had going into Texas relays. So I don't know, again, to open up my season, to have that really great throw, to have like actually a bunch of really great throws, to show that sort of the consistency it's just really nice. And yeah, I guess yeah, it shows that we're building up to something pretty cool this year.
Yeah, I mean, three of your four legal throws would have been a PB before Tokyo. So it's just yeah, the
Wild.
series was incredible. And you mentioned kind of the focus on staying healthy being a big kind of key in training for you guys. I know that was a big thing last year when we had talked.
Hmm.
Now that you have kind of that year as like a proof of concept of you guys can find a sustainable way to train to stay healthy and maximize really big marks in competition, is there stuff this off season that now you could focus a little more on kind of technical or training side of things now that you have like the healthiness part of it, we have that squared away, we know how to do that. Now we can kind of get back into tweaking things and really chasing even bigger marks this year.
I think so. I think you're always trying to make your throw a little bit better. And with coming into this year in an interesting way, it's, I don't know, at least for me as a lady hammer thrower, we, I think Mo and I looked back to COVID in a weird way and thought like, okay, like this will be the first year that you don't have like we have Commonwealth Games and that'll be really exciting. But in terms of like a whole global event, like it's not happening. And we have to take the time that we have to just nail down all these little things that I'm not getting in training. And without sort of the that sort of greater pressure going into the season, I think it sort of allowed me to focus on these little technical things that I was frustrating Mo with every day in practice, and just get them to be a little bit better every single time I step into the circle. And that was super helpful. And I think there was a sort of understanding about the throw that I was able to grasp in a new way in
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo, which is kind of cool. And throwing 80 did not feel how I expected it to feel, which is also kind of nice because then I got to sort of look at, okay, like why am I thinking about the throw in X way instead of Y? Why should I be maybe focusing on these little things instead of what I'm trying to do now? And I think it's been a really nice way for Mo and I to really plan out actually how we want these next few years of competition to be, because we have this year, and then of course in 27 we have Worlds, 28 LA Olympics, and then 29 Worlds again until 2030, where we have the same sort of situation as this year, where we will have Commonwealth Games, and then yeah, no Worlds, no Olympics, maybe Ultimate
Hopefully, you
Championships that
guys
year
will be in the
though.
World Ultimates by then.
I would love that.
I
That'd be
think they
great.
said they will like change events because like the reason they have like men's hammer in is because it's in Hungary. So I think they've said that they would be like flexible with what events make it in. So
I'd be down. World Athletics, let's talk.
let's get
Let's talk.
Cameron. Let's get Cameron a shot at $150,000, please.
Which is insane, but
Yeah.
so cool. So
Mhm.
cool. So, yeah, that's kind of, I think, my very long winded answer
Yeah.
to your
You
question.
you mentioned, you do have Commonwealth Games this year. And at the risk of sounding very stupid and forgetting someone, is Anna the second best in the Commonwealth?
Yes. Yes.
I'll double check this after we're done recording to make sure we aren't disrespecting
Yes.
anyone. But so the shot at like you guys going 1-2, maybe throw in Jilly in there and make it a Canada plus Anna podium at
I would love
Commonwealth.
that.
Like, how excited does the kind of the idea of that get you for a season where you kind of need to like work hard to find some excitement or some big goals without the really, really big one to chase?
You know what? I think Commonwealth Games will be a lot of fun. And I think it'll be, of course, like the biggest championship I have this year. I think we're definitely going to focus on having a really good performance there. But it was really cool when I got to go last time. And I guess that sounds a little like maybe childish to say that it was cool, but it was like a really neat experience. And before that, I think going into it too, like I'd had the experience of like going to the Olympics, of going to Worlds, going to Pan Ams, and I feel like having Commonwealth Games sort of finish off my season in 2022 after like earning a silver medal at Worlds in Eugene. Like it was just like such a fun experience to go and to see a bunch of like my friends again and to like explore England. Like I'd never been to England. I've never been to Scotland. I'm excited to go to Glasgow. And there's I think a few different meets this year that I'll be going to where I'm like, I've never been there before. This would be so cool. But it just adds to that experience of like this will be like a new fun thing that I get to come back to and improve upon how things went because it was also 4 years ago. Like I feel like I'm a totally different person than I was 4 years ago. So it'll be a really great time. And I think I would love to have a Canadian plus and a podium. I think that would be a really, really awesome way to sort of act like kind of close out the season. It won't be my last meet of the year, but it'll be pretty close. And I think it'll just be a nice way to sort of cap off 2026 year.
You mentioned you're going to be in Ramona this week. Um, are you so?
Yeah.
First of all, what's the goals there? I mean, 81 set the bar pretty high. So what are you looking for out of the competition on Friday? And also, are you planning on staying and watching hopefully some more world records go down on Saturday and Sunday?
Ooh. So we were thinking of having Ramona be my first meet of the year until we like Texas relays and we were able to have that uh, on the meet schedule for this year. And so I think I've been thinking about Ramona for a while and I know people come into Ramona and just have really, really great competitions. I've heard the circle and the setup is fantastic. So I'm excited to go. I think going into it will be pretty similar as going into Texas relays this year, which was just building on the kind of system that we built in practice, building on consistency as well. I think last year, one thing that Mo and I have always tried to work on with my competition series is to be consistent. What you do in practice, you do in competition. So letting that sort of build up naturally uh, in Ramona and in every meet this year, but in Ramona to hopefully then make use of the really great energy of the great setup there and have some really far throws again. And I think it'll be a really, really great time. It'll be my first time in Oklahoma. I'm just gonna have a good time. And I wish I could stay a little bit longer. I have to get back for training, sadly. So I'll be watching the live results and following them, my nose in the phone as I as I head home to Austin. But I will be cheering everyone on as I depart from Ramona.
We didn't mention Rowan opening at 76.
I know, and that was one like that's been his best throw since 2024. I mean, last
Mm-hmm.
year he is so busy. I mean, he was studying for the MCAT, took the MCAT, was applying to med school. Like he just had such a crazy year last year. And I'm like, I don't know how you're doing all this right now, but kudos to you. I am not going to med school.
Is he med school
Um,
like at UT right now, or?
I think he actually, for the moment with Mo moving to Texas and then his wife's a nurse, I think they are figuring out like the work moving
Mm-hmm.
plan for themselves. So I believe they're actually at home in Canada.
Ah, okay.
But Mo is still coaching him virtually. But yeah, he did great. Anna did great. Our collegiate team did great. Like they are still competing up through, I think, yesterday. And I mean, like Mikey, our shot putter, had a PB at home, like through 19, I think 64, 67, which was awesome. And then I know our freshman Ben too, through like I think 54 in disc. I think Shaq also had a really great like result in shot put too, I'm pretty sure. And then Giovanna broke the school record.
That's just what he does.
So go team.
Yeah.
Go
Mo
freaking team.
knows. Mo
Mo
knows.
knows. Hashtag Mo knows. I like it. We're gonna try to get him that tattooed on him somewhere.
Oh,
He won't do it, but
what's
I'll let you know if he does. I'll like
what's
nudge
the
nudge,
like
wink wink at you.
what's the like benchmark? Like what needs to happen? Is there some sort of bet that's like
Oh, I almost feel like it's unfair to make a benchmark when he's not here. Because like he would say something for sure. He'd be like, "That's not high enough." I'd be like, "Momo, come on." But I think I feel like if we all PB this year, have have the Canadian and Anna podium at Commonwealths and get hmm, make an NCAA final for everyone. Half of them podiums. I feel like there's a way we can make this happen.
okay,
We're getting this man tattooed.
let's do
Poor Mo.
it. I have no idea what we're scheming up right now.
Nope. But you know what? For those results, I'm sure he would almost be willing for these results. Almost.
All right. Well, now I'm gonna like set up a whiteboard and be like tracking everything that needs to happen. Be like, all right, Giovanna got the regional mark knocked out. Mikey got knocked out. Like we need to start checking off these boxes.
I like it. It's gotta be like a one of those like little donation
Yeah.
thermostat illustrations where you like color it in every time we hit it like a new milestone and get closer and get closer to the tattoo. Hashtag Monos. I like it. I think we have a
If,
plan.
if he doesn't agree to this now, I'm gonna be heartbroken.
I I feel like we could pressure him into it. Maybe, maybe. Sorry, Mo. Also sorry to Mo's wife, Diane, who will have to look at this for the rest of their life.
All right. Well, Cameron, thanks so much for chatting a little bit today. Very excited to see you on Friday in Ramona. The closest I've ever been to seeing you actually compete, so that'll be fun.
Really? Oh,
I was the
then I
stands are
then I have
far
to have
away.
some
The
good
stands
photos
are
out
far
there.
away in Tokyo.
That's actually true. I forgot about that, but it is kind of nice that you'll just be able to get up nice, close, and personal to the meet. That'll be pretty sweet. So I'm looking forward to seeing you too. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Last year for the women's hammer comp, there's like bleachers out kind of lining the sector. And I was out there and it was me and Scott Russell and I think his son. And so we were like watching like when Rachel threw her 78-80 in the video that I'm taking, you just hear Scott go, "Yeah." It's great. Good vibes out there.
Good vibes. Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. And that's what I've heard other people say too. So it'll be really fun. It'll be really great. I cannot wait.
All
Yay.
right. Well, I'll see you Friday, Cameron.
I'll see you Friday.